Welcome to week 3 of the Inkay games. Here we have my in-game team, and this week we're playing against Hinds in a special rule set. Every week there's a new rule set for this league. There's at least 7 weeks of different rules, and for this week, our opponent gets to choose our Pokemon, but they have to be from the top 50 and we know each other's Teras. We get to choose what moves we want, and we don't have to do open team sheet. So this is a closed team sheet battle. So it's best of 3, and here's my Bodog Pokemon, and the Lunala is called Sour Power. Those are both of my friends that have been helping me prep for these weeks, for these battles, so I want to give them a shout out. So as you can see, my opponent's team, I chose to give him mainly support Pokemon, and he gave me a few really versatile Pokemon that I was excited to play with, especially Valiant, non-binary legend in my opinion. So he leads with Sable and Grimm. So we're gonna see a lot of offensive pressure coming from the Poison Tera here, which I think was pretty awesome, and that's why the name of the video was like Offensive Tera Poison. So my Bodog Pokemon is a physical set. I know Valiant can usually be like a mixed attacker, either special attack or physical, so I went all physical because I liked that it had a poison physical move, and it's gonna be a poison Tera. So here we have Chance going all in. Tera Fairy, Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl actually has a really high attack, and it was one of the Pokemon I was most afraid of facing because of things like this, like the bulk up. It has an even higher attack now. He sets up his Reflect, and I'm like, oh no. But I have Poison Jab, which is super effective through a Reflect and a bulk up. And then I got Meg, shout out to Meg. She's a baddie, so the stallion, right? So cosplay, all that good stuff. So here I'm like, can my Pokemon break through this? My nightmare of Grimmsnarl? I think so. I'm like, why not Poison Jab again, like the title said. Let's keep it going. And my Meg is actually a loaded dice set. Because I thought Triple Axle needed like the variable hits. I thought it didn't always go 3 times, and maybe it doesn't. Like when I was testing it, sometimes I got 1, maybe, I don't know. So I thought it was loaded dice. So I later on found out from my friends that a wide lens is used because sometimes you miss. So I definitely had the loaded dice Megan, so make sure to add that to your team builder if you want to hit your crits. Alright, so he switches out, and at this point I'm like, alright, what the hell is he gonna bring in? Comfey is annoying. Comfey and Lunala together are insane. I don't know why I gave him Comfey. Ooh, and then we got the Brick Break. This is Brick Break can break screens, so I just nullified his screens right there, and then I knocked off his leftovers at this point. So I'm still scared of that thing. Terrified. chooses to protect his Grimmsnarl, and I am gonna go into the Comfey, and it's gonna do a lot of damage through. I guess there's no reflect anymore, and it's a little berry. Yum 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 yum, yummy. It gets to eat its berry, which is a nightmare. And then I take that off. I take his berry. Well, I tried to take his berry away, but it was too late because I'm too slow. And now he gets to set up the trick room. So here we go again. Poison jab. I still have not Tera'd. I'm just waiting for the right moment to Tera. Triple Axle, really. What a goated move. I've lost so many times to Tsareena's Triple Axle. Just forgetting that she has it. And then the floral here, floral healing up on Grimmsnarl again. My fucking nightmare. Just this guy's killing me with this thing. But luckily, I got the Focus Sash because it's pretty frail Pokemon, and it's weak to Fairy type moves. And down goes little Comfey. So that was really good for me. I was like, okay, he can't heal his Pokemon again. I'm sure he has Lunala in the back. Because I have my Lunala in the back. I go with another Poison Jab. Putting on huge amounts of offensive pressure. And here comes the shiny GameStop exclusive Lunala. Very impressive in my opinion. This match is going. We're at the beach. People have no beach wear on. And they're wearing the exact same thing they would be wearing at school. So here is Lunala, and we got the knockoff, which I think is like 4 times effective against Lunala, but it has Shadow Shield, so I'm just trying to get it up. But I get knocked out. So 5 meg. Can't see me like Gojo. And then it's a power herb Lunala, so I make a note of that on my little notes there. And then that's gonna take me out. I only had 1 HP. But then they set themselves up for the rest of the match. So I'm bringing out my final 2. I can't even pronounce it. Archaludon. And Lunala. So I got the regular Lunala. I think here I'm trying to check what my speed was. I'm not sure. But I'm finally gonna go for the Tera Poison Moonblast into the Lunala, which can no longer Tera because its Terramon is right next to it. So that's a very easy reminder for myself that, hey, he's gonna be weak to Ghost and to Dark type, so I don't have to worry about it changing it up on me. And like, what are the chances of his Lunala having Protect if it's the Meteor? So he went for Throat Chop, which didn't do a lot of damage because I'm now Poison type. And then Moongeist Beam does a huge chunk. Dark Pulse is not enough. Oh, it was enough. Now it's a 2v1 situation. I don't think Grimmsnarl has anything it could hit me with for super effective damage here. So, oh, but he still has Sable in the back. So things are not done here yet. And I hovered over Flash Cannon, but I was like, let's go with Dark Pulse, which was a great play on my part. Big brain, because once it's on court, I was able to still move this turn, because he had I was still able to do the Dark Pulse. If I would have chosen Flash Cannon, I wouldn't have been able to move that turn. And now my Archaludon is locked into Dark Pulse for like the next 2 turns. So, but luckily both my mons are faster than the Grimm Snarl at this point, because Trick Room just went down. And then my Archaludon is actually faster than Lunala. It's good to know, keep that in mind. So we don't know each other's moves, so we have to kind of keep track of it. I'm trying to keep track of the items that he has on his Pokemon, and like trying to figure out the sets based on what I'm seeing in the match. Like, oh, okay, this Pokemon's trained as a defensively and all that good stuff. So going into round 2, I'm like, okay, I what I did before worked. Like I don't think that the 3-headed dragon or blue would do much better against the Pokemon that he has. So I pretty much bring the next 4. I can see that I mixed up my leads here. I'm gonna start, just mix it up, keep my opponent on their toes. I know that this player is a good player. I want to make sure that I keep it interesting for them. So yeah, this is gonna be game 2 here. I'm up 1-0 if you skipped into this part of the video. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. And then we're back to the schoolyard. The beach was too crazy. Everyone came back from the beach with the same exact clothes on. So my opponent actually leads differently. He's like, alright, let me give him another taste. I'm gonna do Psychic Seed and Indeedee, which raises its special defense, and Whimsicott, a shiny Whimsicott, very impressive. So I'm like, is he gonna Tailwind? Is he gonna double Trick Room? I don't know what's gonna happen here. So my Poison Jab, not big danger for his Pokemon, but he decides to go right into Bodog. But I luckily chose to equip the Focus Sash, and I punched the crap out of him. But surprise, also has the Focus Sash, and then the Alluring Voice with Indeedee knocked out my Bodog. Then I get to use Flash Cannon on that poor little elf Pokemon. And now I bring out Meg with the loaded dice set. Make sure that you check. So he decides to bring out Lunala, and I got Meg the Stallion here. So I could go for the Dark Pulse into his Lunala and the knockoff into Lunala. And he could either follow me or try to Trick Room. and I'm not entirely sure what he's gonna do at this point. So he goes for the Trick Room, but and then he also goes for the Expanding Force, which I was not expecting at all at this point. So both my Pokemon are able to tank it, and they're able to knock off the Indeedee and take that Pokemon out of the running here. And here we have the Grimm, which is terrible in my opinion for me. Terrifies me. Should I take the Grimm out? Or should I take out the Lunala? So I think I go Flash Cannon in case he goes Tera Fairy, which he is Tera Fairy, I know that information. So Flash Cannon into either of these Pokemon would be good because it would be special effective. And he ends up doing his Tera into his Lunala. A fairy, which is the most common set. And he's power herb, so he's gonna have a super strong special attack stat because it's already high, and now it's gonna be +1. And then my Meg is taken out because it's slow. And then I was able to call the Tera. Now the Shadow Shield ability is not at play anymore, and my special attack gets dropped, but my defense goes up. So now we're both down to our last two Pokemon. I was pretty nervous at this point, but I knew I had my Tera left that could flip the tide of the match. Especially now because I know that both of them are gonna be weak to poison and to my steel. So I think at this point I was like, I was trying to remember what speed tier, like who was faster than who. The Trick Room the first game kind of messed me up, but I decided to just YOLO it and go for that Tera Poison. You know, the thumbnail. If you made it this far, please post that Tera Poison is goated in the comment section. So here comes another Expanding Force, and Archaludon survives, and so does Sour Power. And how I get another stamina boost, which doesn't matter. I get the Flash Cannon, which does not take out Lunala. And then I go for the Tera Poison Tera Blast. Shout out to Sour for giving me that tech, which came in handy right there. Even though it was a super effective Expanding Force, I was still able to tank it thanks to Shadow Shield. And Throat Chop is not enough to take out Sour Power. And then I had leftovers and overpower herbs. And I don't think that really did much. But so now double up. Straight Pikachu maxing. And then here we go, Flax Cannon. That's a -1 special attack. And it wasn't able to take him out. I think usually it does. And then Tera Poison for sure takes him out. So we 2-0 our opponent chance. And we have the standings here for the division that I'm in, and this is linked in the description channel. It's a big Google Doc. I'm currently 3-0 with that victory in the league, and next week we will be playing Beanie and the Technician Tumble. I will have a playlist with all of the videos for this league.